Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Welcome back to Gran Turismo 7 Part 130. It's about to go green and take on to have two new races for Vision Gran Turismo Trophy. On the last video back from part 129 after being cleared from the Jeepney Cup and one of them to be served as a weekly challenges is now being claimed and checked to have the first one by only 4 more to go. However, by additional to have 2 new races for the Vision GT Trophy which is going to be take place at Autodromo National Monza and Tokyo Expressway in the South District. But of course, we still might need to be very patient to get the Bulgari Aluminum Vision GT will be available until the next update by the end of February, which is going to be available at the Brand Central. That's how all we have to be doing much more time, and we still have a lot of good experience to try out with the Genesis X Grand Berlin Enta Vision GT concept. For this part of the race is now going to be take place in the Monza circuit for only 5 laps. Will be featured to have 16 Vision GT cars, including one of them is now actually to have a good experience to be served as an AI opponent. So I hope this is going to be a very good time and embrace to have one Vision GT car is now being equipped and outfitted with a super turbocharge is now being introduced as a new kind of aspiration type. But it might be quite very good to be potential to have a good place and go on over to have the same track after being cleared from the lap time challenge will be prior on the previous update since we moved on in February. And here we have Romeo on the tip of the interaction that he might have something to say and give him a warm welcome. I'm Nicholas Romeo, and I raced in the 2023 Gran Turismo World Finals as a member of Team Genesis. Today, I'll be racing in the Genesis Vision GT, unveiled at that very event where I had a podium finish. I just love the catback proportions of this car. I think it's the epitome of cool. Good to have you on board, Romeo. And I think you and your team did very proud out there for having a good successful win at the GTWS World Finals in Barcelona. Just for represent Team Genesis, and this is going to be a very good time and try out to have one Vision GT car as I ever see him to be in the first position. And there's Jose Serrano and he's driving on the Bulgari Aluminum Vision GT. Alright, perfect. Now, I just really might need to come to think of it, I just really might have to prefer to go by racing hard compound tires, or just gonna use on sports soft compound tires might give a better different approach or do a different method that might have to do some capability when it comes to have one single concept car to be built in super turbo for the first time ever. All the practice does count, so I'll have to do one part of the attempt and see how it goes to be embraced and drive for only one Vision GT car is now good to go on the 16th position. So I'm up, early brake it goes, and go by turn 1 and 2, nice and easy. Okay, gonna have to put up the traction, set to 1, and let's get rolling. Got a good eye on Mitsubishi, Mercedes AMG, and Nissan Vision GT cars on the 13, followed by the 12 and the 14. There you go. Gonna have to switch it to the radar, and incoming on turn 7 to be approaches to be earlier on turn 6. Just wonderful, beautiful, and designed for luxury and competition. Let's get in there and overtake on the Racing Series version to the Mercedes-Benz AMG Vision GT. Coming in on Ascari. Now gonna have to keep a good eye on the Subaru Vision GT in position number 10. Okay, there you go. Just carefully approaches when you're on turn 11. Okay, there's the Infinity Vision GT concept moving up on lap number 2. By embracing the Genesis X Grand Berlin Enta, Vision GT is all about to have a good matter of speed, competition, and beauty altogether. That's how one sports car is now capable to become as a hybrid is actually to be built and outfitted to have an ever long-lasting battery charge is now better for use. This could be a far more powerful advanced Vision GT car in the road car category, along with some different racing car classes like the Tomahawk X Vision GT is very unbeatable and unstoppable. But got a good eye on Angel Inestrosa. He's on the Spider version to the Porsche Vision GT. So gonna have to sit back and wait, and he overtake the Alpine Vision GT race mode. Good job for Angel Inestrosa. Now gonna have to dive in on Sector 3 at Ascari. Got to keep the good line in sight and follow the right trail. Climbing up on gear 6, got to go early brake carefully, and got a good eye on Jose Serrano in the Bulgari Aluminum Vision GT. I see him right now. Got to make one good pass, overtake the Bulgari, 3 more to go, and moving up to the 4. Okay, there's C. Roach. He's driving on the Jaguar Vision GT Roadster. So I'm on the halfway mark. Got to go around on turn 3. Okay, keep this puppy uptight. Try not to go off the track. There we go. Down to 7.3. Looks like it's all about decent driving and wheel handling. Okay, now for turn 7. Almost there to overtake Roach's current position on the dirt. There we go. Now for Johol in the Pescia Vision GT. He's on number 2. Got to get closer to him and do the slow technique and keep a good line. But it might be going a bit more possible when you're in the lap time challenge. Just to let you know, because I've just been recently thinking about it by coming up with a brainstorm for having my next standard kind of a content video to be served as a replay. But I already did it once to be part of the January 2024 update to have 2 cars, what's left of it, and we still might need to be a bit more patient to have the dirt one, just like the Toyota Corolla Morizo Edition. 4th lap, here I go. Got to keep a good slow steady on turn 1 and 2 chicane. Traction still kick it up. Okay, very good. Naturally and proper communication of a Vision GT driving experience. Alright, Nicholas Romeo is on the first. Looks like he's driving the same Vision GT car just like I did. Okay, here comes 1 second up ahead. Got to go slipstream, wait, and go maintain pace. Almost there. Got to make one good pass. I'll take the right. Then go braking. Approaches on turn 11. Fabulous and good elegance of clean paths. But you know, when it comes to have new Vision GT cars were over 10 years ago since the project began back from 2013 with Gran Turismo 6. But the project still goes on, and we still might need to have some more upcoming manufacturer brands to be later on in the future. By only one guess, because if it's going to be the next update to have some more cars, if it's going to be the return ones, or even new ones to Gran Turismo 7. So I hope you guys really might need to give your comment and having some prediction before February 2024 update might be coming up soon. But we still have enough days left until we have to be moving on in March, which is going to be the second anniversary to the game on Gran Turismo 7. Final lap, off I go. The battery's still doing a proper maintain in motion. But it might be quite very good and helpful to use this Genesis X Grand Berlin Enta Vision GT to be using in the World Touring Car 800, or eventually to be on the World Touring Car 900 as well. That could be quite giving some one-step requirement and put the racing tires onto this list. Almost there, viewers. This is it. Final turn on the right in number 11. And there you go, viewers. Second weekly challenges is now complete. Only 3 more to go until the next one. We'll be doing some other ideas that I just have to come up with. But after all, one good excellent experience on race number 4 in Vision Gran Turismo Trophy by trying out with the Genesis X Grand Berlin Enta Vision GT concept. So I hope the outcome result is now being in total by under 9 minutes in 8 minutes 55.262 seconds, and for Angel and Estrosa to have a faster lap on 1 minute 46.446 seconds in lap number 5. Just to have a new ways and new races for only one event to be part of the latest update. Here's 127,500 credits and clean bonus to go double up and keep up the good progress to be reaching up in 50 million. But I mean, it takes a tons of buttload of credit to have everything what we need to do some more farming so far. Just to have some high expensive vehicle to be purchased from the Legend Car dealership. Now I'll have to skip by having some replay to go for a moment, and I think this might be a very good excellent idea to go buy 2 Vision GT cars in the scene. Just hang on, viewers. Just to come up with something a better idea and make this a good approach. Capture thumbnail image, and there you go. 2 Genesis Vision GT and having myself in it to be using on the right side of the track by passing Romeo. So the penultimate by additional is check and complete. And of course, I just almost forgot one other thing after being served on the recap to have a reminder that I just almost forgot about the replay when I'm racing in Willow Springs International Raceway Horse Deep Mile. But reminder call to have the Sylvia sister is already now claimed in 100% event complete. Just in time, and almost forgot to have other things to have on my list. Is going to have to keep a good reminder and keep up the good progress. So that's race number 4 check and complete as a weekly challenge. Now this is going to be the real deal to go by race number 5 after clear for only 3 races by bonus book of the menu ejected. Tokyo Expressway in South counterclockwise, just in time to embrace the nighttime and give it what for to have one good brilliant of possibilities about concept cars. We'll find a good line in the urban city track in the city of Tokyo. That's how this part of the main segment is. I'm just always have to keep using for only one Vision GT car to go by brand new. But I'm still thinking about the Bulgari aluminum Vision GT is very awesome because other Gran Turismo players think that it's going to be way too expensive to get this vehicle as exclusive. But it costs $4,800 to have one watch plus a Vision GT card to be served as exclusive. But still having a major high expensive because we just really might need to save some money. And also for only one tip from Jose Serrano as he's using the Bulgari aluminum Vision GT. Let's give him what he's saying. I'm Jose Serrano from Spain, and I was the Nations Cup champion at the 2023 Gran Turismo World Finals. The Bulgari Vision GT I'm driving takes some design motifs from Bulgari's legendary sports watches. It was a real honor to compete at the 2023 World Finals. As a part of my prize for securing pole position at the qualifiers, I was gifted a GT-inspired Bulgari watch. I will keep it always as a treasure memento of my championship win. Very good for you, Jose Serrano. I'm glad that you are a champion to be represented for your home country of Spain and the proud winner of the Nations Cup back from last year in late 2023. So I guess I'll have to be your opponent in this race, and I'm still gonna have to be in it and go by clean competitive to win. That's how, by only one standard event and go for having a matter of concentration to go settle in like onto the official track. Only on the urban city course is going to be a real tough challenge for all Vision GT cars. So let's get in there, and I'll have to take one good pass on the Subaru Vision GT and then the BMW Vision GT on the 14. Faster straightaway is the key of success to have concept cars that has a good character and different performance. Just to stop at turn 2, followed by turn 3. Okay, very good. Just have a good motion and better traction response to get back on 1. So I have to keep it steady. The clean race is all about to have a good matter of concentration to be embraced in beauty. Okay, welcoming party on the Volkswagen GTI Roadster Vision GT. Whoa, good pass and barely called in by having a close call. Okay, now gonna have to take the outside and let the Infinity Concept Vision GT to go first. Got to make sure if I have to do it by a matter of reinforcement. Okay, coming up on the 10. Got a good eye on the Mini Clubman Vision GT is almost at the final turn. Got to be patient, wait, and find the good opening. That's the ticket. Heading up to lap number 2 as I just took a pass on the Mitsubishi Concept is on the 10 and I'll have to be moving up in the 9. 8 more to go. Gap distance in total by 14.1 seconds to go down by the update. Very good overtake on the Alpine Vision GT race mode. And There goes the road-going counterpart on the Mercedes-Benz AMG Vision Gran Turismo. Just wait. Gonna pack up the torque and get in there. Whoa, very good smooth movement. Now gonna have to keep the inside to go all in. Now down I go in the curved straightaway tunnel. Down to 10 seconds. I see C Roach and one Zagato Vision GT on the 6. Come on, C Roach, keep it up. Don't let the Zagato overtakes you. Much very good. The Jaguar Vision GT Roadster is still got a lot of good decent defense when the Zagato is still taking more time on attempted offense to get closer. Alright, looks like the fastest lap time I took is 2 minutes, 3.963 seconds. Okay, gonna switch up and go for the faster lap time. Now it's 2 minutes, 1.892 seconds. Third lap on the halfway mark, viewers. Just to have one practice in session before this one is about to go hard, and just gonna have to keep a good watchful eye on Angel Inestrosa in the Porsche Vision GT Spider. There's Jose Serrano. He's on the Bulgari Aluminum Vision GT coming up on the 4th. Just slow and steady and keep that turn up and recover. It's only down to 6.3 seconds. Got to kick it up in the high gear and go super turbocharged to be up on the line. Okay, just gonna go and slow it down. Very good and impressive to have the active wing spoiler pumped up. Okay, looks like Serrano is doing well by quick defense. Gonna have to go hard and do a little bit more commit when you're on the hairpin. Okay, do the S's, almost there. Being patient is the key of decency of racing. Okay, there you go. I just finally passed the Bulgari Aluminum Vision GT for the second time and go to lap number 4. Okay, gonna have to watch my 6. Going down and gap distance by 4 seconds to go. Okay, keep it nice and tight. Turn 3 clear. Now go around on turn 4 and 5. Come on, just gonna keep that handling up and tight. Angel Inestrosa is almost there to be overtake on Giroux. He's on the 2nd. Decide to get in there and quickly, faster as much as I can. Got to go hard and just gonna have to go commit. Porsche Vision GT is overtake. Now gonna just stay on him. Angel Inestrosa is getting closer to Nicholas Romeo in position number 1. It's about to go hard and quick. This could give one electric vehicle to stay on the main offense while the hybrid Genesis X Grand Berlin Enta Vision GT is going on Sydney Ducks. This could be the main advantage. So I have to get there as soon as I can. Final lap. This is it. Got to keep a bit more offense and stay around in it. Alright, there we go. I'm in the lead and going in by defense. Okay, looks like that's very good. Just gonna have a Genesis Vision GT backup, and the reinforcement will have to stick together as a team. Okay, looks like very good pass on Angel Inestrosa. He's waiting for me, folks. All that strategy pays off for him, and I'll be the next on the list. Okay, close call. Got everything to be footage on the screen. Gonna watch the hairpin and go braking. Okay, gonna have to go defense, and it's coming around by exactly in 0.9 seconds to go remaining. Okay, the S-turns might be a bit more challenging and go extra spare time. Final turn. This is it. I hope I'm gonna make it, but yes I did. Came in first and cleared for the Genesis X Grand Berlin Enta Vision GT. Porsche Vision GT Spider has now came in second. Very good. Close call, and I can hardly feel it to have one main opponent is actually trying to catch up to me. By almost 10 minutes, this could be doing a good lap time by the fastest in number 4 is 1 minute, 54.278 seconds. And that's how, by having 9 minutes, 54.980 seconds is set and faster to achieve your line. One for the racetrack, and for the second in the urban city course on the highway is now go by double and usual to be in 127,000 GT credit added with 500. Sweet fortune of the luck. Just to have 2 new races is now bringing me back from Gran Turismo Sport to have some new part of the latest previous update since the era. But however, it does might be going a bit much more competent and challenge hard by facing a different Vision GT car in electric vehicle. So let's have a good moment on the replay, and let's see, gonna have to get closer to have that part of the scene. Over there, that's me and Jose Serrano. Let's give a better view and change it up. But maybe this might be a very good idea to capture a thumbnail image to do it like this, and if possible, just to have another one to get closer nearby the finish line. But there you go. One replay saved, and perfect on the thumbnail to have one Vision GT car and the other is now being listed by brand new. Check, success, and well done once again in the main progress to be back up in 100%. I hope there will be some more races. It's about to be additional to be added up as well by the future update, and give it by having a car prediction guess for the next update in the February 2024 on Gran Turismo 7. 2 races is now being checked and complete along with the other 3 by original. But very much more indeed, and far excellent to have 5 laps additionally for the Autodromo, National Monza, and Tokyo Expressway south counterclockwise. I bet this will be doing the right time and go for having a car collection quest to be settled in and do the story by a narrative documentary about these kinds of good iconic vehicle. Almost forgot one other thing, to have the classic Nissan Skyline for having one menu book on the extra. So extra menu number 13, Nissan Skyline GTR to have 3 vehicles acquired, and especially for the R32, and even to have 2 ones for the 2000 GTR Hardtop KPG C110 and the 2000 GTR 1970 and 73. Congratulations, you got all 3 cars. This completes your Nissan Skyline GTR collection. Once you collect your present, I got some stories to tell you about these cars. Stunning, picture perfect, and good scenery in Le Mans. Collection, Nissan Skyline GTR complete, and a 6-star roulette ticket in engine category. So let's start the narrative story about the Nissan Skyline GTR in number 13 extra menu. The Nissan GTR Skyline is a super high performance car from Japan that is popular all over the world. It's a production model, but everything about it was designed for racing. It's therefore no surprise that the Skyline GTR has won countless races, making it a real motorsport legend. This collection contains 3 cars that form part of its illustrious history. The history of the Skyline GTR goes back to the 1960s. This 2000 GTR, known as the Hakusuka, was released in 1969. It was based on the 3rd generation Skyline. Its predecessor, the Prince Skyline GT, was fitted with 6-cylinder engine specifically for racing. So this model, designed to win touring car races, had an engine that was totally different to the retail version. It was a newly developed 2.0-liter inline-6 S20 engine based on the engine in the Nissan R380, a pure race car. This GTR base car would go on to win pretty much every major race in Japan. The following year, in 1970, a 2-door hardtop GTR with improved performance was added to the lineup. This 2-door GTR also dominated racing, at one point winning 49 consecutive domestic races. As the 1970s went on, however, Nissan was gradually forced to suspend their motorsport activities. A completely revamped Skyline GTR was released in 1973. But the influence of the oil shock and the very strict emissions restrictions placed on performance cars meant that they were only in production for 3 months, with only around 200 units being built. This GTR, referred as Camry, never had the opportunity to enter a race. But its drastic story has become part of the GTR's folklore. Nissan then took a break from producing GTRs for racing purposes until in 1989, when the first GTR in 16 years was introduced based on the 8th generation Skyline. That car was this famous model known as the R32 GTR. It was developed with the Group A races of the period in mind and fitted with specially produced 2.6-liter twin-turbo engine. It also featured Nissan's unique four-wheel drive system, which provided handling that rivaled FR cars. A car based on the R32 GTR won the All Japan Touring Car Championship 4 years in a row. From its beginnings in 1969, the legend of the Skyline GTR continues to this day, and shows no sign of being over yet. Indeed, it seems clear that there are still many chapters yet to be written. Amazing and awesome about the history of the Nissan Skyline GTR. It all began to have one classic Skyline was started all in the late 1960s until a few decades later until in the year 1989 for the R32 Skyline GTR. Very popular was used to become as an FR sports car, but exactly indeed to have the GTR is now actually to become as a four-wheel drive. But very good and successful to have the history on extra menu number 13 for the Nissan Skyline GTR to have two classic, and one of them is now actually included to have the B-Spec 2 model version in 1992. But it does exactly to have the 1994 as a B-Spec 2 counterpart, unlike the first one as the same kind of a chassis. But after all, the classic of the Nissan Skyline from the 20th century was used to be as a FR layout for the hardtop 2000 GTR type KPG C110, and the 2000 GTR with the same type is actually to have a different number to go by 110 to have the same initial by the letter. So next up on extra menu number 14 is the inline 6-power BMW is now going to be acquired to have the M2 competition, M3 2003, and of course to have the 3.0 CSL 1973. Same as ever to have a 6-star roulette ticket in engine category. Well, just to have the right time, and I'll have to be ready to go to wrap this up at the end of the video until the next one is going to have to be put up to have one event available. It's going to be a very good choice to be on the main roster pick, along with the weekly challenges is still available before at the end of the day until Wednesday, before the next 5 events on Thursday is about to go by different. So thank you for enjoying watching the video on Gran Turismo 7. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Follow me on Dependent Art, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Patreon, Discord, and more social media platforms. And don't forget to check it out all of my screenshot images on UDRS Insportec, Vision Total Drama, and DreamArt Livery Style Dispenser presented by myself, Hyperion-Blue-GT, as you may welcome at any time. I'll be see you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.